Well, the stumps are moved and I don't think I'll be revisiting them. They'll probably rot into the ground right there. This is going to be our new area for putting manure. We're going to move it from the other area over there and bring it over here so I can load it with a skid steer instead of having to load it with a 91. So that's going to work out real well. This is just about cleaned up. I got to push these pallets down in here, and then out here I'm going to grade this off, get rid of anything else I need to burn, and then there's a trench out here, a 4-foot trench about 30 feet away, and I'm gonna dig a shallow trench out here to drain the manure water out there into the woods where it'll help the trees and do that. And it won't run down onto my driveway, and that's gonna be great. Everything else on this has been greased except for the bucket. The bucket is always one of those things that you need to grease a lot because it works down in the dirt. So let's do it. Got one up here that I think is bad. I'm going to try greasing it. No, okay. I'm going to hit the turret about 8 inch. Everything on the arm I just greased not too long ago, and they all look good. Got something leaking here. I don't know what it is. Guess I'll have to look pretty close. I guess I'll swing it. You can see here, it looks like there's a pump leak. Seal on the pump right there. Now this leak that I had thought was something really bad really isn't. I had a hose up in there that blew out a little while ago, and I fixed it. But what it had done, it had saturated a piece of foam up in there, and apparently when I heated this up, it started coming out pretty good, and it ran down, and once it was out of that foam, apparently that was it. Now this little guy right here is my pump, and it's always leaked a little tiny bit every time I run it. I have to put about a quart in this machine about every year. So I don't consider that bad. If this gets worse at winter shop this year, I will have to get in here and pull that pump apart and fix that seal and put a new one in it. If it doesn't get any worse, it's not leaking bad enough that it really bothers me. And as the machine warms up and the hydraulic oil gets warmer, it leaks less. So apparently that seal is expanding, and I may be able to get in there and blow that out. There may be a little dirt or something in it too, and it may leak a little worse for a while, and then it may quit. I've had seals do that. So we will keep our eye on this one, but that's good news. It wasn't anything terminal that I had to stop and fix right now. We're going to come right out through here. There's an old line, I guess it's an antenna, that I have to probably deal with out here. It's right there. I've got to get this big tree out of the way here. But I got to figure out exactly where I want to go here. So I may actually go get some flags and flag this. I don't know. We got to go to right here. This is where I'm going to come in at, and I'm going to come up and come through these trees here. I'm not really going to take out all these. I'm just going to take out the smaller ones so I can get through here and take any out that limbs are going to bother me on. And this is the trench here that I'm heading to. I'll run it downhill this way into it. So any water that's coming down from up here will pass by. So it looks like I want to come right through pretty close to where I am. We'll leave this big ash tree. We may take it out at some point and run that through the monster. But I think this tree's dead here, so I'll probably knock it over. This one, it's an ash. I think I'll knock it over, dig it out and push it up in there, and then maybe I'll take it out and use it for wood this year. So anyway, it looks like we're coming pretty close to where we want to come. Gonna have to turn up the hill just a little bit and right out through here.
child loses again. A man goes to jail for a year. A child's life is forever changed. Save the world for the children. You know it's up to me and you. Save the world for the children. Leave them something they can hold on to. Save the world for the children. You know it's up to me and you. Save the world for the children. Leave them something they can hold on to. Save the world for the children. You know it's up to me and you. Save the world for the children. To leave them something they can hold on to. Save the world for the children. A child's life is in your hands. Save the world for the
Now
children.
we're going to start our ditch right here. I'm going to come out of this trench and go right back where I just came from. So we're going to start right down in here, in this area, and bring it up this way. So anything that drains out from back will drain down into here, and this will go by it.
You know it's all that we can do. Save the world for the children. You gotta save the world. Save the world for the every single day. God knows where you are and what you do. Oh, and every night you go wherever the wind blows.
Fill up a little by hand there, but that'll drain now. So we keep moving on.
You put a spell on me, just like a voodoo Marie Laveau. You took my love from me, and what you did with it, I don't know. Oh baby, you stole my heart like a thief in the night. Left me with the pieces in the morning light. I give it up. Give up this one-sided love affair. Oh, I give it up. Ain't no good what you're doing here. Well, it's a shame.
I'm only making this about 18 inches deep because it really doesn't have to be any deeper. I made it a little deeper at the end to catch down into that other trench, but I have to backtrack and take a little bit out here and put it up there.
Something wicked about your ways. If you keep it up, there'll be the devil to pay. I give it up. Give up this one-sided love affair. Oh, I give it up. Ain't no good what you're doing here.
The other reason I'm making this trench about 18 inches deep and about 18 inches wide is you saw if I ever have a problem out here with anything not draining correctly, I can track that machine right out over the ditch and get right to it.
You're making love to another man. Can you feel me, baby?
here, I'll have to come out with my loppers and lop these off, whatever I can't dig out.
Give up this one-sided love affair. I give it up, oh, I give it up. Ain't no good what you're doing here. Oh, I give it up, yeah. Give up this one-sided love affair. I give it up. Ain't no good what you're doing here. Ain't no good. I give it up, oh, I give it up. Give up this one-sided love affair.
To go a little bit deeper here, up to in here, because I'm going through a little rise. I built kind of a natural dike here to retain any of the water that comes off the manure, and it's all going to run into here and out there. So I'm going to start it back here. So I've got a little bit more work to do here. I got to get back here in this area, and I've got to get this moved out. That side's fine, it'll roll into the ditch. This side I need to camber so it goes down that way. So we'll do that now. There, that ought to do it. Everything cambers to the ditch. So we'll pile it right back into right here probably. And we'll keep going up in the air with it and putting it on top, and that ought to work. And it ought to cast out this ditch and go right out through there as it rains on it and everything. And this dike should keep it from going down into my road or going anywhere. Should work really well. Thanks for watching.